we've got beautiful light right from the north right down to the south here, and just a really spectacular morning and a spectacular sky. G'day everyone, welcome to this week's video, my first video for 2022 after a small break from YouTube. In this week's video I head to Forrester's beach to shoot a sunrise. Forrester's is normally a place that we shoot at rock platforms at either end, but after doing some scouting for the last couple of weeks, I found a set of stairs right in the middle of the beach that led out to the sunrise. I thought it would make a really interesting and a unique composition to shoot a sunrise there. All I needed was one morning with some decent light to go back there and shoot the sunrise. The following vlog documents that day at Forrester's beach. I hope you enjoy the video. On arrival, I went over my normal routine. I used my camera handheld, moving around checking for the best compositions that match the available light. Moving left to right, up and down makes such a difference to a composition. Once I had my compositions decided, it was time to prepare for the shoot and dial in my settings. So I've got my first shot in the bag and we're prior to sunrise. And what I've done is I've gone for a vertical composition and I'm shooting at about 30 seconds at f8. And I'm using the leading line of the stairs running down out to this beautiful pastel coloured sunrise. And this shot looks really nice. We've got some really nice high cloud on the horizon. So far so good. First shot in the bag, really happy with this one. Just going to wait for the light to change a little bit more. At the moment I've just got the 0.3 graduated filter in just to dampen down the sky a little bit. But a beautiful morning here at Forrester's Beach and it's so good to be out shooting again. One tip I can give for anyone that's watching and is new to landscape photography is always get to your location nice and early. I've been here this morning probably an hour before the sun was rising, and some of the best light happens prior to sunrise. Usually as we move towards sunrise you'll find that the light will start to subdue a little bit and start to dull down, and then you'll get that bright burst of sunshine right on the sunrise itself. But sometimes we'll get some really beautiful light 45 minutes to an hour prior to sunrise, so I always make sure I'm up early and get to my location early, set up my shot, set up my composition, and then that way I'm ensured that I'll get the best light of the morning. The morning light's getting a little bit subdued now as we move towards sunrise. I've just turned around and taken a horizontal composition. Currently I'm down to about 13 seconds now and I'm about f14. The light's really starting to get a little bit dull here now, so I'm just going to wait a little bit longer until we get a little bit more light on the horizon, because I'm pretty sure that all this high cloud will light up with some nice pink colour as the sun comes towards sunrise. But just so good to be out shooting again. So now as the sun's rising towards the horizon, we're just starting to get a little bit of pink colour appearing into these high clouds. And my hope now is that we'll get some illumination. I'll start firing some shots shortly. I'm just checking my histogram to make sure that I'm not clipping any of my highlights. And I keep my histogram illuminated on my main screen at all times while I'm taking these shots, so I can adjust my exposure and just make sure that I'm not clipping any of the highlights. I try and expose to the right as much as I possibly can, and then just fire the shot and then have a look back through the viewfinder. Well, Forrester's Beach certainly has turned it on this morning so far. We've got this amazing sky starting to develop, and my thoughts at the moment are even to go for a panorama. We've got beautiful light right from the north right down to the south here, and just a really spectacular morning and a spectacular sky. Right, so we're set up for our panorama. I've got my tripod level. I'm shooting at 1/3 of a second of f11, and I'm just going to overlap these shots by 1/3. Just take my time, just go nice and slowly with this so I don't mess up any of the images. I'm manually focused at the moment. I mean, a vertical composition That'll allow me to extract the most amount of detail in the file when I bring it back into Lightroom or Photoshop. But just a absolutely spectacular sky here. And the weather app that I use, I've told you before about it, Windy. It's a free app and it's got amazing accuracy for predicting these high clouds or high cloud skies that produce this beautiful light. As I said before, we are expecting a change this morning, and usually preceding those changes we get these amazing sunrises, but this is easily one of the best I've seen for some time. Just incredible. Wow, what a sky. This summer on the east coast of Australia has been really wet and really a lot of overcast skies, so it hasn't been perfect for getting out and shooting some beautiful sunrises, but today has really made up for it. Spectacular sky, and it's probably the second one I've had this week. I had one earlier this week at Southwest Rocks while I was up there shooting, and I might even throw that image in at the end for you to have a look at those as well. But to get two great sunrises within a couple of days certainly makes up for it. And I think it just shows that you've got to continually get out with your camera, continually keep going out time and time again until you get the shot you're after. It's really important that even if you do get some subdued conditions, to go out time and time again and continually come back to locations where you know you've got a good strong composition. For example, I came here many times over the summer and I knew the composition would work, but I never had a really good sky. So this morning, coming back here, knowing that the sky would be good, I already had my composition in mind. It just made it so much easier to come here and set up this morning and capture these images. Well guys, that's the first vlog for 2022 completed, and I'm sure you'll agree it was a pretty spectacular morning here, but more coming up on the channel soon. I'm hoping to get out and do a lot more landscape photography now that I'm back into the swing of things. And that completes this video. You know what to do. If you've enjoyed this video, go down below and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, then please subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. If you've got a comment or a question, leave them below. I'll always try and respond. Hopefully I'll be around shooting some more landscape soon. I'll see you then.
you.